Good morning, everybody. Dr. Pradeep from Fortis Hospital, Bannerghatta Road, Bangalore. This short video will try to educate radiologists in what is the bare minimum necessities which we need to follow when we come every day to the hospital to work. We need to really understand that in this COVID crisis, the unseen enemy is there all around us, and then we need to be very aware what we take back from the hospital to our homes. Thereby we might infect our near and dear ones. So this is how I come to the hospital. So now I have a disposable plastic bottle with water. At the end of the day this is going to be thrown. I don't take it back home. My food for the entire day is in this paper cover, and this is what I'm going to carry in for the day. And then when I go back, I do not carry anything home. Now if you see what I've brought from home, everything which I brought from home are on plastic containers which are disposable. So there's my lunch and there's my fruit for the break, right? So this will last me for the next 8 hours, this much water and this much food. So this is what I bring from home, and I'm going to dispose all this when I go back home, and I'm not going to take anything home back. Now, we need to come with a minimalistic attitude. So, normally I am in full shirt with tie, and I could have tucked in with my belt, my wallet, my handkerchief, and my watch, my pen, etc., etc., and etc. So now, after the COVID crisis, this is how I come to the hospital. I just wear a t-shirt without my inner bunion. I come with my pant, my shoe, and my socks. So see what I am carrying. I am just carrying my cell phone, and the cell phone also is in a Ziploc pouch. So through the day I am not going to use this much, but whenever there is an emergency to use, I will be using my cell phone, and that's inside a Ziploc. This Ziploc is transparent, and then it also allows me to do my touch screen functions. So at the end of the day, I open the Ziploc, I invert the phone out without touching it, and I throw the Ziploc here. Okay, in a proper disposable manner. So my phone also is protected from the entire environment in the hospital. Apart from the phone, if you see, the only thing which I am carrying is my car keys, and then I am bringing my spare car keys which does not have the buttons for automatic door open. This is a simple ordinary key, and this is going to be washed when I go home with soap, and this much is what I am carrying. So now next what we are going to do is, as soon as I come here, you can see that there are 2 boxes here. Now this is N95 boxes. So the day before yesterday, I have left my N95 mask in a cover in the unsterile box, and then it has gone for gas sterilization, and then it has reached the sterile box. You can see my name is written here. So this is Dr. Pradeep, Radiology, and this has the N95 mask which has been gas sterilized, and I am going to reuse this. So this is how we conserve our N95 mask, so that we can use it for more number of times before we dispose this. Now I've picked my N95 mask, and then I'm going to my chamber. So here in the chamber you can see that we have the PPE which I'm going to use through the day. Now the first thing which is kept here is a pair of unsterile gloves which I'll be using. And then you have a triple layer surgical mask which I'll be using. Then I have a cap for my head. And this is a scrub suit from the OT. So this scrub suit has got a lower pant. Now you can see the elastic at the lower end of the pant which is going to hold tight around my socks. And this is again a loose upper shirt which I am going to wear. So over this attire, I am going to use this OT gown which will give a complete second layer of cover, which also has elastic on the wrist areas. So this is what I am going to don, and once I am donned like this, I am going to stay like this for the next 6 hours or so, and in this 6 hours I will be continuously doing my radiology work which could be ultrasound scanning, ultrasound guided procedures, and CT reporting, etc. So in this time I am not going to drink water, nor going to use the washroom. So that's going to be the next 6 hours. So I'll change and come out. PPE which is required for a radiologist and sonologist. Now the PPE has a shoe which is covered by my shoe cover. You can see this. I have my socks on, and then this is the scrub suit which I am wearing inside with the elastic which covers my socks. So on the scrub suit, which is a pant and shirt which I showed you, I have this gown which covers me completely except the portion of my neck and ears. Now the gown actually again has elastics at my wrists, so my wrists are covered, and then I have a protective glove. So I am wearing a triple layer surgical mask. Over it I am wearing my N95, and then I have my cap here, and that's my spectacle. So if you see, the only thing which I am going to take back with me home is my spectacle, which after I doff out, I will be washing my spectacles with soap and water. Now the other thing which I am going to take back home is my shoes which is covered, and my socks and undergarments. Now again, the shoes is something which I don't take back into my house. My shoes is always in the car, and I get down from my car only with my clothes which I brought from home and the socks. Also I will be carrying my phone, which is already in a ziplock and protected. End of the day the ziplock will be discarded and the phone I take home. And the key is something which I have already kept in. So this is how we can minimalize carrying infection from hospital to home. And during the day, if we are donned like this, then we have a decent level of protection. Today I am going to do 2 procedures. So I have requested for a headgear. Headgear is something which has an elastic band and a complete glass or plastic created transparent sheet in front of my face. So during procedures, the headgear is something which I will be wearing and doing. So that's about doffing for a radiologist and sonologist in either a hospital setup or a private diagnostic setup. We need to consider every patient as a suspected COVID patient, and we need to maintain this much minimum required protection, because there is no way we can avoid the situation. It's going to go on for the next few months. Work should start, work should continue. So better we work. Of course, prioritizing the work is very important. And as we do the priority work, let us protect ourselves. I start the sonography. In the morning when we come, we need to use clean disposable wipes like this. These are just normal, you can use normal cloth or wipes like this. You can fold the wipe, make it thick, and we have cleaning solution here. We could use 70% alcohol or chlorhexidine, alcohol hand rub, or glutaraldehyde. Any permissible, acceptable wipes can be used. So you can wet the wipe with the solution, and then the probes have to be completely cleaned. A good length of the cable is also cleaned. I have already cleaned the other probes, this is just for demonstration. Similarly, the handles which the radiologist will be touching very frequently has to be cleaned. The trackball is something we need to 360 degrees wipe and keep it clean. The freeze button, all the buttons and knobs, and especially the touch screens which we are going to use multiple times, have to be thoroughly cleaned. The gel bottle which we are going to use. Now, after we do this cleaning, mind you, you need to do a thorough cleaning. We have already done it, this is only for demonstration. At least 3 minutes is required for this disinfectant to act on the surface and to eliminate if there is any virus. So after 3 minutes or so, then we can use the probes on the patient. Similarly, this is the place where the patient is going to lie down. Now, preferably we need to use plastic sheets for every patient. We are present using large turkey towels, which are going to be disposed after usage by every patient. Now, once the ultrasound is done, whichever probe is used has to be again cleaned with this solution, and after 3 minutes, and that's the minimum required, where we can start using it for another patient. Other thing I would like to tell is, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 probes here, all of which may not be needed for a patient. Ideally keep one probe on the machine and pack the other probes and keep it nearby, and we can use it only when needed. So I'm actually going to remove all the probes now, and so this is what is minimum required in the ultrasound room to protect ourselves from the patient and to protect every patient from another patient, which can be done by disinfecting the probes and the cables which are going to touch the patient. Also, make sure that patients wear masks like what we are wearing. Screen every patient for history of contact, history of travel, fever, and do ultrasound only if it is extremely important to do. Please kindly defer until this COVID crisis is over. Do not allow attenders inside the room. Keep the ultrasound as fast and quick as possible. Don't spend large amount of times with the patient. Once the scan is done, send the patient off to the reception or outside, and we can always call them by phone once the report is ready. Don't allow any attender to sit outside the ultrasound room. Keep your corridors empty and safe. So this is an amniocentesis procedure. Once we are trying to do a procedure like this, then it becomes very important to wear a headgear. Since this is the headgear which I am wearing, now the headgear gives me a protection from the patient's side completely, because it's a nice glass partition between my face and the exterior. So this is just an additional PPE when we are doing the procedures. Once I'm home, I come straight to the terrace via the lift. The lift handles which I have touched are cleaned by my watchman with disinfectant. Then I straight come to isolated personal room, which is kept ready with the keys there. So I open the door, remove the keys, and then come in. So here you can see that my previous day's hospital dress has been personally washed by me with soap and Dettol, and it is drying here. Nobody else touches this, and today I am going to repeat the same ritual by using Dettol soap solution to wash the keys for the room's door and the car keys which has visited the hospital, and the spectacles which I wore to the hospital, and finally the cloth mask which I have taken to the hospital. Then I have a complete shower with my clothes on, and then I rinse the clothes thoroughly in hot water with Dettol and soap and dry them myself, which I can later take into the house. So this is the ritual which I have been following every time I visit the hospital. I'm showing an empty white wall here, which is what I am depicting as hope and light at the end of this dark tunnel which we have to cross. There is no escape, and we need to continue our work as healthcare professionals. We don't know how many more months this may go on, and we need to survive this ordeal. In order to survive this ordeal, we need to protect ourselves and our families. And I think this ritual which I've been following gives a fairly scientific, decent protection from the corona. I thank all of you who have watched this video. Kindly revert back if you have any better suggestions. Please pass it on to all radiologists and other health workers if you feel that what I am doing is appropriate. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Dr. Pradeep Srinivasan, Fortis Hospital, Bangalore.